Good day again, guys. Marlon here with another video. On this video about using money management to place your trade on MT4. Now, one of my students requested that I do a video because they said in terms of the number of pips, stop loss, if you're risking 50 pips to make 100 pips and so on and so forth, and so that's challenging, and the calculation on this and the calculation on that. So I said, okay, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a trial and improvement method, and the fact that you're doing it in the evenings and the day trading, this will be fine. But ultimately, I've got to point out as well that, right, I would suggest you still consider your 1 and 2% and 3% with a maximum of 5% on open trades, because remember, guys, that requires a lot more in percentage terms to bring your account back up to where it was if you've got like a massive drawdown. And drawdown is when you've got several losses, consecutive losses, just loss without any winners. Then it will require a lot of percentage to get your account back up to break even. So what I'm ultimately saying, even though I'm going to show you this strategy, it's really important that you're considering still in percentage terms. And let me show you some simple percentage calculation as well. Okay, say for example you're using 1% of your account, right? And let's say we're using say £1,000 account, right? Okay. Yeah, so we're using £1,000 account. So 1%, to find 1% of anything, right, we divide by 100. So 1% of, okay, let's make this a £10,000 account. Typical traders start with 10%. Yeah, with a £10,000 account if they're taking this thing seriously. So 1% of 10,000. Okay, so to find 1% of 10,000, what we do is, okay, we divide the 10,000 by 100. So divide the 10,000 by 100. Okay. So then that leave us, so this gone, we leave with £100. So our risk per trade, okay, say £100. That's how much we're going to risk per trade. Now if we risk 5% overall, that's £500. But say for example we said we're going to risk £100. Now if we were to look at, say, in terms of pips, and say we had a stop loss here of 100 pips, okay, that was our stop loss. Then what I would have to do is I would have to divide this £100 by, so £100, okay, divided by, okay, 100. I'm sorry, I'm still getting back and doing it the same way that you don't like, but I'm just showing this end. So it's £1, okay. So I'm going in at £1 per pint. So I'm risking 100 pips, but I'm going to target 200 pips, which is £200. Okay, guys, but I'm not going to be doing it that way. Let's go on to an account and show you how we do that then. Okay, guys, so say for example, yeah, I would like to, and remember our entry, so say this is my entry here, right? That's my entry there. Okay, so I've highlighted my entry there blue, and say this is my stop. Okay, say that's my stop. Okay, and I've worked it out. Okay, so that's my stop. That's where I'm gonna put my stop loss. That's if it comes up to here. Okay, let's go on to the hourly chart, so it's easier for me to sort of show you then. Okay, so my entry, okay, let's put my entry there. So that's my entry, okay, that's my stop loss. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, once I get my entry and my stop loss in the right place. Okay, guys, so basically what we've got now, so we've set that up. We realize that this here is 30 pips. Okay, remember we said that we're looking to risk 100 pounds, okay? So because we're looking to risk 100 pounds there, okay? Now, at this point, if I then put my entry here, okay, and then I modify, because I'm looking to buy at that point, okay, you can just move it down a bit, and then you can pull it to wherever you want it to go after, okay? But remember, guys, this is a trial and error method, because you already established how much you're willing to do. So don't worry about the target, because we can always set the target after. So let's have a look now, guys. So this is 50 pips, right? So, right? So that's 50 pips. Sorry, not 50. That's a risk of 50 pounds. Sorry, 50 pounds. Okay, this is Australian dollar as well, because this is a demo account. But anyway, right. So regardless, so what I'm gonna do now, because I want to risk 100, so I'm just gonna make this 20. Okay. So I'm gonna now go here, delete that, put it back there. Buy. That's my entry. Then go to it now. Modify. Just move this down a bit. Okay. Move the target profit up a bit. Okay. Look at this now. If I pull this down, that's now 100. Okay. And then all I've got to do now is just look at this. And if I said I'm doing 1 to 2, yeah, so I'm looking for 200. So let's move this down even further. Okay, so that's where I'm going to be. Guys, remember, you would have your supply and demand zones on here, so you would know if it's going to be coming up to any big resistance levels. So if you're not going to be getting 2 to 1, then it's pointless to take this trade, you know, if it's not going to be looking at 2 to 1. So that's my entry, and then, and that's it, and that's now your target, okay? You can always probably put a line there, just to say that, look, that's where you took the trade, that's where, you plan to enter the trade, okay? Because, so you can do your analysis. So you could say it's a buy trade. You could change that to green. So then that now would be your analysis there. So on this candle is when you enter, you put your market order, because you're not going live into the market. This is called a market order. Okay, guys. Okay. So this is how we do it. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Okay. Let's delete this. Okay. Now this is where we don't know this one yet, okay? And remember, we would have had our supply and demand zones above, okay? So this is my stop. This is where I want to enter. This is where I got my signal. Say this was, say, a pin bar, okay? Now I right click on the chart and say, for example, this was more than, this was there, right? So I did this. And sometimes what I tend to do is sort of put it on like a fixed sort of amount. Or even a better way of doing this would probably say, let's put it to 10. If I put 10, right, 0.10, okay, then that will then help me. So if I right click there, okay, and I'm buying, okay, then I'm going to modify, and then I'm, because I'm buying, my stop loss, I'm going to click the down arrow, okay, and I'm going to click the up arrow for take profit here, just to make sure that I can pull it up and, and modify. Because it's okay, this is a market order. So look, so that's my entry there, and this now. So at the moment it's 52 pounds. Now I said if this is 10 and it's 52, then obviously because I'm looking to risk 100 pounds on the trade based on my account size, then I'm gonna double this, okay, and then just cancel, delete, and then you go right click, yeah, trade in, buy. Okay, let's do it again. You right click, just put the arrow there, right click, buy, and say for example when I did it, it did it up there. All you've got to do is pull in it and drag it to that entry. Just be careful when you drag it into the price there, because it will trigger the trade if you drag it down to there. Okay, so right, we basically over it. Okay, can you see I'm over it? Then right click again, modified, and then we'll modify. Okay, click the down arrow, the up arrow, because you're taking profit, you're buying. Okay, then I move this all the way down, to my stop loss. Remember, guys, we don't move our stop loss, and we don't move it down. Even if we see it's going to come, we don't move our stop loss down, because you'll be going against the whole concept. And then we just move this until we get up to 2 to 1. Okay, and that's a roughly 2 to 1. And then, guys, as I said, just a little bonus here. It's a buy trade, so use a green line. This is just, you can have lots, and the more of these you've got on your chart, because I rather to forward test. I hate this backward testing that people talk about, because it looks pretty when you're doing it, outside of real time. But when doing it in real time, that's the time we realize that trading is just, wow, challenging. But guys, I hope this helped. Hope you're now able to put your trades on with confidence, and don't worry about the pips and the this and the that, right? Just basically just put your trade on using this strategy I've just showed you. And remember, right, it does not matter if you plan to raise 1% or 50 pips. Knowing how much money you can afford to lose is really important. God bless. Hope you've learned a lot from this video. Share my content with others. God bless.